Good morning. It's Friday morning and it's so cold. There's actually a very slight drizzle. I don't know whether it's not foggy or misty. A very slight drizzle. And the skies are totally grey. And it's quite cold, but it's going to change in a few. Just woke up to start things for the day. I have today I don't have a lot that's going on. Just, of course, washing of the baby's clothes, washing the house. I don't wash the house every day. And then I've really been delaying putting off the landscaping of the backyard because the people I get, one thing or another happens. So I'm hoping it's going to happen today. But if it rains, oh gosh, we live in a muddy area. So when it rains, you can totally forget anything about construction. Unless it's using concrete and it's going upwards from the foundation, but digging into the soil, that's so difficult. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it's not going to rain, that it's just a slight drizzle, and then the day brightens up later on. So we'll talk to you later. Thank you very much for those who are still watching the channel, continuing to support us. We appreciate. Please like and subscribe. Hi people. So today I'm in the bedroom and I'm doing a not so very long post, and this is for young women. And it's about young women and looking after homes and looking after the well-being of the family. It doesn't matter that you're not the head of the home, just your responsibility as a young woman. It is now coming to noon. Let me clarify. Hello people. So I realized that a section of the video that I did, the vlogging in the morning when I was dressing up, I think I got distracted by the baby when he was fussing, and then it got deleted, or I didn't record. I thought I was recording, but I didn't record. So I'm going to do the halfway clip of what I have been saying. So that time when I was dressing, that was around noon. I had my introduction. When I do the introduction, that is early in the morning, that is 7. I woke up because someone was coming to help me with the laundry, because I have my laundry plus the babies. I had done a bit yesterday, but today I wanted a thorough job done. So it was just a few clothes. I mean, one day a baby doesn't wear so much. But then there was also the washing of the house. And this lady does a very, very, very good job. I mean, when you give someone she's perfect with that. She'll turn all the corners, she'll sweep under every floor, she'll wipe everything that's on her way that can be wiped. She'll wash everything that can be washed. So I had to prepare for her, set out the clothes so that when she comes, I don't have to start taking. Then I needed the bedroom rug taken out, the carpet, because I wash it. I don't wash it as often as the one in the living room, because that one is the, what can I say, the woolen ones, the ones which people crochet. You can crochet it. It's just woolen. I mean, it's got threads. It's much heavier, and it doesn't gather dust as much as particles, because it's you can weave your fingers through it. The pieces of wool are long, so it gathers a lot of things. When you drop something small, if it's an earring, if it's the back of an earring, if it's a pin, if it's my house isn't very well finished yet, so sometimes what can I call it, the concrete particles will fall down. When they fall, they drop on that carpet. It's not like the one in the living room. You can't see the particles, so they'll be on the floor, and then you'll be like, you step on the floor and you feel something sharp. I'm here with baby, so as usual, he wants to grab the phone, but I'm giving him something to play with. He also likes playing with my fingers. Yeah, so I had to prepare that, and then I had to take out the dishes for washing, because yesterday I was cooking meats, and I was, because I prefer to keep meats when they are cooked when I'm alone rather than just refrigerate them because I keep on switching off the fridge. Actually, usually I have it off totally, but now that I'm with a baby, I set it high so that when it reaches a certain temperature and I have bottles of water inside, I can switch off for a few hours. I'm so frugal. That's me. So yeah, so I had to do that, and then I had to prep an extra bucket for dirty water so that the washing she was doing should leave water for me to pour onto the plants. Then I had to prepare baby's clothes so that when he wakes up, I can wash him immediately. And then I had finished folding the clothes yesterday, but there's a new batch of clothes that I found that had been left in the last visit that my family was here. So I had to fold all those and then take out the suitcase that brought the clothes for my grandson and arrange all the clothes in good order so that I like clothes arranged in a way that myself I understand, not the way the person that brought them has, so that I put everything in order. The onesies together, the vests together, the long sleeve vests together, trousers together, socks in a hat, and mittens like that. And then I only take out enough diapers to last a day so that I'm sure of how many diapers are being used. So I did that. And what I'm trying to say, because the topic is about young women and young girls waking up late, is because these are very seemingly small things, but they're things to keep me busy. Because baby was still asleep, I had already prepared the next meal that I'm going to make for him. And then the sufuria, the cooking pots that were in the kitchen, I made sure that I removed the dirt from them so that as I gave this lady to wash, they were partly cleaned. Of course, all the plates, usually it is very rare for you to find plates in my sink that have dirt in them. Even if I don't wash, I always make sure to take out the dirt. And I went on preparing all that. Then I called her. I think she came in at around, baby had woken up and then he went back to sleep again at 9. So she arrived at around 9:30. So 9:30 when she arrived, she started off on her work and I started on the folding of the clothes and sweeping outside and then helping her to arrange the things that she needed to, taking out everything for her. And as she finished the washing, I went on watering the plants. And the one of the plant that is farthest our drive is 100 feet long, and there are plants at the end of that drive, and then the whole plot is 120 feet, so you can say that's 220 feet. I didn't go the whole hog, but it's like I walked 200 feet carrying a bucket of water. This is flexing muscles. This is also getting busy. And by the time I was done with all that, when we finished cleaning, then I helped her to get out the carpet. Then I went to bathe as she now started washing the dishes. That was now coming to noon because baby had woken up briefly and gone back to sleep again. But you see, that was a busy morning, a busy schedule, and I could have elected to sit down because I'm paying somebody to help me with the housework. But I did. These are the little choices you have to make work easier for others, and then to also help yourself, and then to also get yourself busy as a woman. Too much sitting is not good. It's not comfortable. I'm not going to call it any bad name, but it's just not good on your body. Let me not concern myself with other things. And it slowly translates to it's not good for your health, to it's not good for your brain. And you'll not be surprised to learn that a lot of people who find it very easy as young women, youth, I'm addressing youth 18 to 35, also end up either not being respecters of hard work. I mean, they'll find dubious ways of earning money, or if not, they'll end up poor and they'll blame it on 100 1,000 things. Or I wasn't able to do that, or this opportunity did not come to me, or this and this. But it just started with that. You're not able to wake up early. That's a so that's a okay. But unluckily, I didn't get that, and I'm not having good luck with that, with the compound cleaning, with the landscaping. But after that, I didn't sit. I started folding baby's clothes because yeah, because they are in a suitcase and they have to be neat so that I know in a minute if I want to take out something, how I'm going to take it out and where everything is going to be kept. By the way, I use a brush after I do my eyebrows, because if you do them without using the brush, the thickness, the skin is not able to breathe, and then you start itching, and then you have brows going everywhere. Yeah, so when I finished, I didn't finish folding the clothes immediately because they're men. So I've been folding clothes for a while until the girl came. Actually, I've just finished them before I went into shower. And after that, while the girl was doing the washing, I finished folding the clothes and arranging them in their respective places. And when she finished washing the clothes, while she started doing the duties, as I prepared to go and bathe, I took all the water she had removed and I went and did watering of my plants. Today it's very cloudy. I think you'll see from the first video, the intro video I did in the morning, it's very cloudy and dull, and in the morning there was a slight drizzle. Yeah, so because I don't want to be doing nothing even for a minute, I went and watered the plants. I carried the bucket to and fro. The last plant is about 100 and what 120 meters. Let's say 120 meters away from the house. I could have selected to say that will be done by another day, or I don't need to do it, I'll just water the nearby ones. But no, I have to water them, I have to do something. That lifting, as I said in an earlier video, that is what keeps me healthy. Lifting, carrying, pushing, bending, getting up, stretching. So that was part of my exercise for today because I had a good breakfast. I think I had 3 mandazis and I had tea with milk. For me, if I add milk and I have sugar, that's an added bonus. I have to do extra work. That's how I measure my stretch. It doesn't wake up. That's how I measure my effort. So girls, when you wake up at 11, what are you thinking? Do you know how many duties there are in a house to do? Even arranging the dishes in the sink for the person responsible to wash, if it's not you who's going to wash. That's something. Huh? Even arranging the clothes for laundry. That's something. Let me take it. He woke up, he's feeding. So I'll just talk while he's feeding. He was just a bit fussy, but he's gone back to sleep. So yes, even arranging the dishes in the sink is something, is work. Even you making your bed when you get up in the morning, that is something. Do you know how much stress it is for the person who's cleaning the house to come and find the cup which you had breakfast with is at the place where it was? The dishes in the sink, the least you could do is remove the dirt from the dishes, arrange them in order, the plates together, the spoons and knives and forks. You can probably put them in a mug or a jug or a big cup. Remove the dirt from the sufurias and put them on the side, arranged in good order so that one is inside the other. If possible, soak the sufuria ya ugali overnight or after the meal. Just leave it clean. Usually, sufuria ya ugali, you can clean it a bit and then soak the rest. In fact, you can soak it with the water that you've used to remove the dirt from all the other sufurias. Better than sufuria that is already soaked and it has dirt from the other things, the foods and everything, with dirty water. But it is soaked. Do something. Some of you, give your house girls and washer women stuff to wash. Everything up to your socks, your bras. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, that's what they're for. But do you know how much more healthier for you it would be if you selected certain items which you never give anybody to wash? You could take out your bras. Of course, we are not going to discuss the other innerwear. You could take out your bras, tank tops, scarves. You could just set yourself to have certain items that you yourself wash. That will give people underestimate that energy of bending, washing it right, doing the first wash, doing the second wash, doing the rinse, the soaking. You're bending, you're standing, you're craning yourself, you're stretching to hang the clothes, you're bending over to, if you have those lines that are above the balcony, carrying the basin. If you don't wash, you don't have a bathroom where you can do the washing yourself. All that is exercise. It's good exercise for you. And the waking up of 11, waking up at 10, let me just tell you, it's a bad habit, period. There are not two things to discuss about it. There are no. Make a habit of waking up early and getting yourself busy. There are people who say there's nothing to do, I live alone or I live with. There is taking a walk. There is deciding that you'll not be leaving the rubbish outside, you'll be taking it somewhere to burn. Not all rubbish is worth disposing of just like that. There's some rubbish that you can burn. They're just going to watch the school children walking to school if you don't have work. For those of you who go to work, that's different. But if you're in a sit-down job, they said, send your jitume. Make yourself do more physical work at home. And especially more than anything else, be the sort of person who offers to help without being asked. As a woman, of course, even as men, but more so as women. I mean, don't go to functions and be the person who, because people have been paid to do things, even the plates, you'll just dump them where you can. You can just collect the plates in the row you're seated, stack them up together, put the spoons on top, leave them on the seat. Do that little thing. There are people who will throw the bottle, leave the plate on the ground. I go to functions and I'm like, people, the table is there, the serving table where we got our food. The least you can do is return the plate there. And if they have a container for pouring in the dirty food, pour it. Even you event organizers, always make sure you have a bucket for people to pour in food, leftovers. Then you have a bucket for spoons to be dropped in. And then you have another bucket, preferably with soap, where plates can be gently put in or placed on the table. You can even have someone there, or you can even spare extra serviettes or tissue just for people to wipe their plate clean and then put it on the table when it has less dirt. It's collective responsibility from all of us. And there's another thing that I've had people making jokes about it, because I'm one person who does it. I collect leftovers for my dog. I don't just pick any plate. Before I used to do that, then I saw the dangers of that. Some foods have toothpicks. Others, I mean, you don't know what spiteful things people can do. But the plates of the people around me, sometimes I stopped doing it, of course, because God's favor, I'm now able to feed my dog. But that time I didn't. And plus I was like, what's wrong? If I go to a restaurant, if I'm in a hotel, now hotels, of course, many hotels refuse because they have contracts for people that pick that food. If you're an event organizer, make it a habit that you even have bags. You can even monetize it and say if anybody wants dog food or pig food or chicken food, and separate the leftovers. If you can, just put different buckets. If you have leftover vegetables here, if you have leftover beans here and other stuff, and then package it for people. You can sell at 50 shillings, 100 shillings, 200, 500. Why not? We are dumping so much waste that could be recycled in so many ways, and that's wrong. But again, on to girls. Some of these things, it stems, women steer a lot in society, social issues. So it starts with you. As a young woman, if you're around me or if we're meeting somewhere, always know that I'm always watching you. And by young women, I mean youth. Those people who are over 40, and have their ways still. I have nothing to tell them. But 18 to 35-year-olds, I'm watching you all the time. And I'm not seeing a lot to be impressed about. And I'd like you to step up, especially if you're around me and I come into meeting with you. Just know that you're part of the experience that I'm talking about, that I've watched you and how you behave, and it doesn't please me. And all it takes is just a little extra effort. Wipe that table, even if you're in a public place and you had gone to eat somewhere and you are with your friends. Be that young woman that is the one who wiped away the trash. Be that young woman that is the one who bent down to pick the empty bottles and to pick just be that person. Let me tell you, a good reputation precedes you, and it comes from those little things. They matter, and people will appreciate from all levels, right down from your family, your close friends, those people, neighbors around you. They'll start appreciating, and when people start appreciating, you start getting better at it. I'm not here to talk about young men. I can assure you that a lot of young men I've seen have a lot more responsibility, social responsibility, about just general mannerisms around people than the girls do. And that's why I'm addressing the young women. So let me continue taking care of my child. I can see he's getting a bit fussy because I'm feeding him. And I look forward to talk to you later.